Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today into the Houston Astros lose the Tampa Bay Rays 8-4 and lose the series. At this point, the Houston Astros just ended their 8th road series of the season, and they have lost 7 of those 8. Well, 6 of those 8 road series. They've only won one. The last series, road series against Texas in Arlington, we saw the Astros tie that series 2-2, but that's not a win or a loss. So only one road series win for the Astros this year. That was against the Minnesota Twins, which, the last game of that series, the Astros won the series, and it was like a 7-1 comeback or something like that. They got lucky that they won that game. So, honestly, if it wasn't for that 7-1 comeback the Astros had against Minnesota, we'd probably be talking about how the Astros have not won a road series this year. The road struggles have been bad. 10-15 on the road now. But here's the positive thing I find with this loss today is that this team is going back home where they have played so well this year, 15-9. They have won. At this point, they have won their last 6 series at home, and they have played 8 series at home this year, and they've won 7 of 8. So you talk about the road struggles, how they've only won 1 of 8 series on the road this year, and how they've lost 6 of 8 road series at home this year. But you can look at what they've done at home, and they've won 6 series in a row at home. Not only that, but 7 of 8 series at home this season, and their next 10 games and next 3 series are at home at Daikin Park, which is the only positive thing I can find of this game and series ending is that for the next almost 2 weeks, the Astros are home in Houston, which is something that's been really good for them, and you were going to see some big matchups to this Astros team, playing the Mariners for 4 games, seeing the Athletics for 2 games for the first time this year, and then the Rays 4-game series in Houston, which I like the Astros to beat up on the Rays in Houston because they play so much better at home. It's unbelievable. But yeah, and that's something we have not been able to say in years prior at all. But this was a tough one. You would have told me the Astros score 4 runs. I would have told you, oh yeah, that's definitely a win with what Hunter Brown has done this year. Hunter Brown has 10 starts this year. This is only the second time the Astros offense have scored 4 runs on a Hunter Brown start and they lose. Sure, they've scored more than 4 runs in a bunch of Hunter Brown's wins, but they have never. The only other game that the Astros lose and score 4 runs in a Hunter Brown matchup is the Seattle Mariners series closer. I think the Astros scored 5 or 6 and lost by 1. It was 5-6 or 7-6, and the Astros blew a lead. And Hunter Brown had an excellent outing. He only gave up 1 earned run in the 6 innings. It wasn't even Hunter's fault. He pitched outstanding in Seattle. It was the bullpen that screwed that game up for the Astros, not Hunter. So this is also the first loss for Hunter Brown this year where you look at it and say, yeah, that was Hunter's fault. You look at the 2 losses prior to this. The Texas Rangers was his last loss. That was a complete game. Pitched 8 innings, 9 strikeouts, only 1 earned run. Lost before that against the Mets. He gave up 6 innings, 3 earned runs. I know it wasn't that wasn't an amazing outing for Hunter compared to other outings, but 6 innings and 3 earned runs. Going 6 innings, you would hope the offense would be, good enough to help Hunter Brown not get a loss in that situation. But the Astros in that first start, that was Hunter Brown's first start of the year, they only scored 1 run that game. So yeah, this is the first loss for Hunter Brown this season where you look at it and say, yeah, this was his fault. And he gave up 5 earned runs, the most he's given up all season. And before that, it was 3. Or it might have been 4, but I think it was 3. But 5 innings pitched, 7 hits given up, 5 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. And the thing I will say with Hunter is this is not a pitcher's ballpark. You look at some of these home runs, like the Brandon Lowe home run, 360 feet is something I'm look. I think some of the other home runs you look at in this game, you can't really say look at the Danny Jansen home run you saw earlier in this series, 330 feet. That shouldn't be a home run. But you look at all the other home runs outside of the home run hit by Lowe in the 5th inning to make it 2-5. These were monster shots for this Rays team today. Meade hit a home run 397 feet. Josh Lau hit a home run 410 feet. Yandy Diaz hit a 3-run home run 435 feet. The Rays were crushing them today. And so were the Astros, some of their home runs today. I mean, unbelievable, some of the home runs they were hitting today as well. So both teams were crushing the ball today, and the Astros, you would think that with them crushing the ball the way they did with some of the home runs they hit today, and Hunter Brown giving you what he's given you most of the season, you'd be able to win, and Hunter didn't do that today, and that was the shocker of the day. 5 innings, like I said, 5 earned runs. But this offense, I thought with the home runs, they were great. And they were great in this entire series of hitting home runs. In this series, hit 6 home runs in 3 games. And that's because this is a hitter's ballpark. This is the Yankees minor league, stadium. I mean, like I said, Danny Jansen hit a home run earlier in this series for Tampa Bay, where it's a 330-foot home run to right field. It's not even a home run at Yankee Stadium. That shows you. That's the Yankees minor league stadium. But I want to get to Isak, man, because we're getting the scoring summary. Was Isak Paredes great in this series and great today. Home run to left center, 407 feet. Pena scored back-to-back days for home runs for Isak Paredes, 2-0 after that home run for Isak. Then you see the Rays just go crazy. That first inning, 2 RBI singles for Aranda and Simpson makes it 2-2. Mauricio Dubon, he was amazing offensively, probably the best guy offensively today outside of Isak, but he was terrible defensively in this inning. 2 errors charged to Mauricio Dubon in this first inning. The Astros had 3 errors charged to them. By the way, forgot to mention 10 hits for the Rays, 7 for the Astros. Then you see home run frenzy the rest of the game for both teams. Meade home run, Lowe home run, Josh Lau home run, Brandon Lowe home run, 4-2, 5-2. Then here's where the Astros get it going with their home runs, and it makes you think the Astros, there might be some hope for this team. Dubon crushes one for his first home run of the season, 385 feet. It's 5-3, his 8th RBI of the year, and with that home run for Dubon, there is now only one more Astro that has hit for this Astros team this year that has not hit a home run. That is Chas McCormick. He almost hit a 2-run home run in this series, was an inch away from hitting a 2-run home run in this series, but Christopher Morel made a great catch in left field. Then Isak Paredes, his 2nd home run of the game. That is Isak Paredes' first multi-home run game of the season, and he becomes the 3rd Astro player to do that this year alongside Jake Myers and Cam Smith. Makes it 5-4 after that home run. But as soon as you think the Astros have hope, Yandy Diaz ends that hope. Home run to center, 435 feet. Meisner scored and Meade scored, and it's 8-4. So, yep. Hitters today, Jeremy Pena struggled today. And he struggled in these last 2 games of this series after having the amazing 3-hit game the other day. 0-for-3 for JP, hit by pitch in his first at-bat. You wonder if that caused anything with the rest of his at-bats, but he went 0-for-3 as the day went on. Isak was amazing, like I mentioned. He hit 2 home runs, flied out to center in his 3rd at-bat, struck out swinging in the 6th inning, but 2 home runs for Isak. He has 6 home runs in his last 9 games. You look at the numbers, his numbers this year aren't that far from what Kyle Tucker's done this year. Isak's at 10 home runs now, Tucker's at 12. I don't know what the RBI is. Isak's at 28. I don't know what Tucker is. I'm sure Tucker's a little bit higher. Batting average isn't that far from each other either. Tucker's at like 275. Isak's at like 270. So, and then you add what Cam Smith has done for this Astros team this year and the future he might have. Look, I don't think the trade looks that bad when you look at what Isak's done this year, what Cam Smith has done this year, and he's going to continue to get better, knowing Kyle Tucker was going to leave next year. And I think when you see Isak play the way he's done in the last 9 games, you sure feel better about that trade. And the fact how good he's been defensively for this Astros team this year. He only has 1 error charged him all year. Yandy Diaz went 1-for-4 today. He singled to left in the 6th inning, and that was it for him. Christian Walker went 1-for-4. He was cold before this, but I'm sure that here's the thing that I think that's good for the Astros with Christian Walker. First 3 at-bats, it wasn't that good. Struck out, ground out to 3rd, line out to center, singled to left in the 9th inning. Here's where I think it's interesting for Christian Walker, because Christian Walker struggles a lot on the road and plays. He hits the ball really well at home. So for him to end this road trip with a single, going to where he is more comfortable, he loves hitting it Dyken Park. I think Christian Walker is going to really like being at home for the next 10 games. With this 10-game homestand, I'm excited to see what he can do in this 10-game homestand with how good he's been at home compared to how bad he's been on the road. Jake Myers went 1 for 4 today. What a series for him. He singled to right in the 4th inning. That was it for Jake. Striking out in the 9th inning, and that was it. He had the strikeout, ground out, fly out, single to right for Jake. Then Can Smith went 0 for 4. He struck out 4 times today. That was bad. That was one of Can Smith's worst game. But again, he's so young and still has played, had a great series before today. And look at what he did in the Texas series as well. Outside of this game today for Can Smith, it wasn't a bad road trip at all. Brendan Rodgers 0 for 3, struck out twice, flied out to center. Caratini replaced him as a pinch hitter, went 0 for 1 with a ground out. Dubon was, like I said, I think the best guy offensively today for this Astros team outside of Isak. Single to right in the 3rd inning, 5th inning walk, home run to center in the 8th inning. It kind of makes up for his defensive mistakes, but still, that was bad for the Astros in the 1st inning. Like I mentioned, Hunter Brown pitched 5 innings. Bennett Sousa continues to pitch really good for this Astros team. Pitched 2 innings for the Astros, gives up 2 hits, but 3 strikeouts. 20 strikes of 25 pitches for the Astros in the 6th and 7th inning. Forrest Whitley came back, and his struggles did not help today. He got only 2 outs of the 8th inning, gave up 1 hit, 3 earned runs, which was all off the home run to Yandy Diaz, but gave up 4 walks and a strikeout. Stephen Okert came in, pitched the last out of the 8th inning. I'm sure it felt good for Stephen Okert to get that last out after yesterday's bad performance he had, giving up 2 earned runs, and he gets that last out and gets his ERA under 2 again, 1.99. So tough loss for the Astros, but like I mentioned, I'm excited to see how they can get going back at home where they are so good. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.